don't you answer the question, how to get a football team, all the guys, all the staff, in a different city during the pandemic?
Patience and a lot of emails.
What makes the team successful? Everybody on the same page, doing nothing but wanting to win. Everybody has to work together and has to be a team effort.
Basically, if we don't hear anything by the end of the trip, that means it was a success for us.
In the very beginning of this whole thing, Dean Spanos said, do whatever it takes to keep everybody safe. We're a family and that's our goal. So that was like the simplest thing to say and the most important thing to say, and yet doing that has been like the most intricate, changing, fluid dynamic process ever. The one thing that's always the same is we're here for football and we're here for long hours and it's a 7-day-a-week thing. And this year it's just so different. You have this core group of 100 people who are coming from all different parts of the organization, basically locked down in this pseudo bubble of a building. And so the naturally complex situation of running a football team becomes even more convoluted. Every single piece of the day is completely different. We're testing every day. So everyone that comes into this building is testing every day and wearing a tracer, which is proximity alert.
I just think it all starts with safety. So that's where we had to put most of our time in. I mean, it's involved a lot of people. The number one priority is safety. The second priority is winning a championship. Luckily, those basically go hand in hand. I mean, they're both going to work together this year.
John Leatherwood, coordinator of football logistics. Day to day, it's my job to make sure that every single detail down to the minute is accounted for. Probably most important when looking for a hotel is taking a look at their meeting space.
At the tone, please record your message.
Hey Iman, it's John Leatherwood from the Chargers. Hey, received the floor diagrams you sent me, thank you. Had a few questions on it, so if you could, give me a call back when you get a chance. We need several rooms, each position group, and a shared room, offense, defense this season. They take turns, but we'll need to get at least 50 socially distanced chairs in there. So by getting the dimensions of the rooms and what their layout is, we can tell if a hotel is going to be a fit. Probably what I enjoy most is just the constant change, I guess. Just like this week and throughout any season, you're throwing curveballs left and right, and it's a lot of planning ahead, but also on your feet and problem solving and just meeting the different challenges that arise.
More difficulties for the NFL season. Monday night's Chargers-Saints game in New Orleans could move to Indianapolis because of Hurricane Delta.
To see who we do have on the line. Who do we have on from LAX?
That is George from Tech Ops LAX.
Hey, how about New Orleans? Hey, this is Harold Anderson, OSM.
Well, we definitely have to be on our toes because things change all the time.
We just got a weather forecast a couple minutes ago, actually. Friday night looks like it's going to be the worst of it.
All right.
We just got off a call from the league. They're keeping us up on the weather as well, and the possibility of the game moving.
If the storm decides not to go west and turns and comes back east and goes north, then we got a problem in New Orleans. Well, now the league says, well, if that happens, you need to fly to Indianapolis and play.
Even before COVID, there could be some weather changes, things of that nature. And so that's what's fun about it in some ways, and what's what's interesting in some ways is that we get to make these adjustments, and you get to be a part of the whole process.
If you guys have nothing else, we'll just look forward to a good trip for some Monday Night Football for the Chargers and the Saints this weekend.
All right. Well, thank everybody. Appreciate it. And
Thank you. Have an amazing week.
all right, you too.
Stay safe.
All right,
Stay
thanks,
safe,
James.
New Orleans.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you, James.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, every day is different. With COVID, everything you do normally, you have to think of COVID on top of that. I'm Chris Smith. I'm the equipment manager for the Los Angeles Chargers. In a normal world where, the equipment room, we all think of ourselves kind of the heart of the whole thing, because no one can function without football equipment and clothing to wear and gear to wear on the sideline and uniforms. Especially from our standpoint, we're dealing with so much laundry, whether that's game uniforms, practice uniforms, coaches' clothing. It's constantly coming through our room, so we have to be very careful. We have to make sure we're washing everything in the building that needs to be washed. And we also sanitize the players' equipment every time they use it. Every time they wear a helmet at practice, it gets sanitized after practice, disinfected. Every time they wear their shoulder pads, it gets disinfected. With all this hard work to get to this point, we want to keep going, and we want to make it through the season. Maybe that's overkill, but we feel like it needs to be done. We need to just go above and beyond. We've got a lot of pressure on us to make sure everything gets kept clean and nothing slips through the cracks.
So here they are, as you can see. This is the coach's trunk. So in each guy's slot, you see you have his name, you have his shoes, you have their favorite candy. So we know what candy they like, so each guy has his own little thing of candy and gum. And here you have spare long sleeves, spare t-shirts. When we show up to set up at the stadium, it's this quick. It's just everything's efficient and done quickly because we prepared during the week. So our job is all about preparation. It's a huge thing. So, and as long as we handle our business on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sundays are easy.
Last thing you want to do is be scrambling around at the last second. You've got to be able to adapt to anything. You've got to have everything you need before the season starts, so that once you get into the season, you can go anywhere if asked. You've got yourself covered from every temperature, every climate you're going to go into. Well, there is a lot of moving parts, and you don't do it by yourself.
James Collins in the seating charts, I just give that man the award of patience for trying to figure out how to seat people in a plane for hours at a time that's going to minimize the risk of spreading the virus.
We put that space in there so that with our contact tracing system, if one person's sick, we don't lose everybody from the same group. You'd hate to have your center test positive, but your backup center's out as too because they sat next to each other on the plane, or and they've got to do a 48-hour quarantine.
And then we spread out all the staff. I don't have all the athletic trainers sitting near each other, or all the equipment guys. In case we lose one or two, we don't lose the whole staff. And so by doing that, we give ourselves the opportunity to have as many people available on game day as we possibly can, just in case we get a positive test.
The plans change every single day. So what we did on our last trip is not the same as what we're going to do on this trip because the protocol changed within the last week. We're having less people go on the trip. We're having more lockdown, and everything has to be signed off on. Every single little thing, from the seating chart on the plane to how we're getting on and off to what's the percentage of the TSA check. It's amazing how we have to adapt every single little plan that we might not have thought twice about before. And we're supposed to do more things. So every single person has to play at least 6 more roles when they're going on the road. So when Tom and Ed liken us to a military operation that runs on a schedule and runs on a routine, every single one of those routines is rewritten every single week.
So we have 139 people. How can we safely get them from the facility to the airport? Well, we probably need 10 buses.
It should go 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10 as they pull out.
And we spread about 14 people on each bus.
Go get checked. Let's go!
I mean, you watch a game, all 11 guys on whether it's offense or defense need to be on the same page. So we all need to be on the same page so that coach knows when we arrive at the hotel, everybody's got their room, everybody knows where the meeting rooms are, you know where the meal room is. So everybody's on the same page, and it just kind of you want it to be as smooth a machine as you can have.
Without the cooperation of everyone in that building, it doesn't happen. Feel like you've done your best and maybe nobody even knew or even noticed, and pull it off smooth is a good feeling. How we help this team most is taking care of business to the best of our ability so that they don't have to worry about any of the travel other than what's happening on game day.